As you can tell, I'm solo this morning. Welcome to Southern Twist Yarns. I'm Evie. I am the knitting instructor here at Southern Twist. Although now we have someone who teaches the beginning knitting so that I can teach lots more other classes. But hello, and I'm glad you're here with me. And Brenda's homesick, but welcome to Southern Twist Yarns. I'm Evie. And if you were wondering where Southern Twist is, we have a fabulous, fabulous location here. We're right near the Gulf Coast. And it's a perfect place to come for a visit or come live, which apparently is what everybody's wanting to do these days, come live down here. Our the folks who are moving in are staying after they come for a visit. But anyways, I'll stop rambling. You can tell I'm nervous. I haven't done this before by myself. So I want Brenda to get well quickly so I don't have to do this by myself. But anyways, I will, first of all, let me go backwards and say thank you. Last Saturday was our nationwide Knit for Food. We were knitting for to save children, basically, and save people. Hi, Charlotte. I'm glad. I appreciate somebody's out there not laughing at me yet. We're stumbling all over myself. But anyways, last Saturday was the Knit for Food-a-thon. And I'm going to read you some of these facts because this is super, super unbelievable and wonderful. And it makes me so proud of everybody. And that is 3,000 knitters and crocheters. There was all kinds of stitchers out there raised. Look at this number. Over $500,000. Can you believe that? That is just like, that's an amazing, amazing number. And our local supporters, we raised here at Southern Twist $2,200. That is nothing to sneeze at. It wasn't quite our goal, but that's okay. 2200, that's an awesome number. And like I said, almost over $500,000. And all the food, it went to those four great, they're going to be, the money's being split between those four causes. And they're each getting like almost like $140,000 check for each of the four causes to help with food insecurity all over the world, really. Anyways, thank you. Thank you. Okay, so Brenda has given me a whole list of stuff to talk about, which is a good thing because knowing me, I'd forget what I was talking about and ramble. I would never ramble. But anyways, okay. First thing upcoming is LYS Day. If it is not on your calendar by now, you have to put it on your calendar because we're going to have a blast. That's on April 25th, okay? We're going to open at 10 and it lasts till 3. It's a whole day with lots of fun. And what we're going to do is play Spin the Wheel. I know, it's going to be fun. And we have really good prizes. So when you spin the wheel, you're going to have the chance to win a free class, one of either Rachel's or my classes, anyways, it's $40 value. One of the other options is one of our Southern Twist O Snap bags. This is going to be on the Wheel of Fortune. So if you've been wanting one of these and you haven't gotten one yet, which you should, that's going to be on the Wheel of Fortune. A free pattern will be an option, and then there's a mystery bag, and she says, and a whole bunch more. So anyways, it's going to be a lot of fun. We actually played this past Saturday. If you looked on at our newsletter, we played yarn pong. Now, when I was in college, we did not play beer pong because I'm too old to play beer pong, but the ladies played yarn pong, and we had them lined up down the floor. We had our solo cups, and almost everybody who played won a prize. So it is possible, and I think everybody enjoyed their prizes very much, at least from what I saw. So anyways, we have a lot of fun things planned for you for LYS Day on April 25th, 10 to 3. Let's see what else. Okay, I think that's it for Brenda's, all the information Brenda told me to talk about. I want to talk about something. Y'all know I've been showing you some of my, hey Robin, y'all know that I have been talking a lot about my brioche classes because Brenda has a brioche class coming up in June. It's going to be a beautiful, beautiful cardigan, hearthside cardigan, where you're holding multiple yarns and you're knitting it in brioche. So I've been teaching brioche classes to teach you how to knit brioche. And today is my third class, and it is brioche in the round. And it is so adorable. I've got multiple bags here to show you guys stuff. Oh, it's in here. I'll show you. What we're going to do today is a yarn koozie. So I'll take my awesome La Bien-Aimée out. We're going to be doing this really, really cute in the round brioche yarn koozie. And you could use this for a bowl. And in actuality, you can see it's almost a hat. You could do a lot once you've learned this pattern. Once you can do brioche in the round, it is super duper fun. So anyways, due to popular demand, I have all three of these classes on the calendar for May as well. So if you do not know how to knit brioche, then you need to sign up for my brioche class, Learn to Knit Brioche. It's 2 times. We're actually going to start early on both of in May. We're going to start at 10 a.m. for those classes because it is a 3-hour class because you learn so much. Hey, Jamie, you may have noticed that I'm solo this morning because Brenda's sick. I know, and tonight's opening night for the theater. Keep your fingers crossed that if she doesn't talk all day that she can be fabulous tonight. But anyway, so back to brioche. In May, I'll have all 3 classes. They start at 10 in the morning, 2 weeks in a row. So Jamie took my class, so I was real excited. And hopefully I'm going to see Jamie in a little while for my brioche in the round class, because that's what today is, brioche in the round. But as I was working on these projects, I got inspired. And I want to show you what inspired me. This is a sweater by, and I got smart today. I actually have the designer's information here because it's not fair to talk about something without, oh, where's my sleeve? You can tell I tried it on this morning. I actually tried to put this on this morning, but you know, let's see, what is it? It's almost 80 degrees here already. But look at this, cute, cute, cute. It's called Brioche Rings. And I'm going to read you the designer's name. I'm going to try to pronounce it. It's Raina Cruz, K-R-U-U-S. And this is her Brioche Rings sweater. And that's what it looks like if you look for it online on Ravelry. Super duper cute. This is her version. I well, hello, I always modify my stuff. Y'all know that. So anyways, this was my version of it. I made it so that the armhole was not quite as big. I don't like big, long armholes, so I modified that. And what happened, we started doing brioche again, a lot of fun stuff. And then I put this on and I went, oh, I love this sweater. This is one of my most favorite sweaters. I knitted it last year, I believe, when she first came out with her pattern. And it reminded me of this beautiful yarn from La Bien-Aimée that we got in the shop that I had been drooling over. And it's this one right here. It's just unbelievably luscious yarn. But it's different. I mean, it kind of could pool if you're not careful. So I thought, I'd been thinking, what could I knit with this beautiful, beautiful yarn? And when I put this on about 2 weeks ago, I realized this is the perfect thing. So for all my ladies who have been taking my brioche classes, look at this. I have just been having the most fun. I started all over again, right? I had to, with that fabulous, fabulous pink. Let me get some more yarn over here so I can hold this up. That's my new brioche rings. Isn't that gorgeous? So I started out with the La Bien-Aimée, and I chose different Surreys, okay? So these are different Surreys that we have had either in the shop or at trunk shows. And I realized that one of those fabulous, fabulous contrast colors that Hot Pink loves, and they love, love, love each other, is yellow. So can y'all see? I just started it in the car yesterday, and the day before I was driving. Can you see the yellow? This is Emma's what's it called? Emma's Surrey Silk. But I'll show you the inside. You can see that better now because the yellow is showing up better. Isn't that pretty? So I'm so excited. I've got my pinks going, and then I did a little bit of a pale, pale, pale pink right here. Then I'm going to have my yellow stripe, and then I'm going to go back and reintroduce the pinks again, and the sleeves will have the same color combo. But I threw that yellow in there, and like I said, I'm just in love. It is so cute. So I would love to put this on the calendar so that y'all can join me in knitting this super duper fun, easy, once you already know how to do brioche sweater. I'm looking, it may go on the calendar, probably like sometime at the end of May, beginning of June. You'll have two options, and some of you might choose to do both the Hearthside cardigan and brioche rings, but they're a little bit different. Both have brioche. But anyways, it's a lot of fun. You don't know brioche, I've got all 3 classes scheduled for May. Exactly. But anyways, I want to show you one of the things that I'm going to be talking about in my class today. This is, I probably should put this in front of me. First of all, just so y'all can look at this and see, I am using 2 of my Southern Twist O-Snap bags. And what I have here are, let me pull the pattern up. You don't need to see that. What I have done is I have all the different colors coming out in between each snap. So I'm using 6 colors on my current little yarn koozie, right? So there they are. I'm gonna drop them on the floor. So here's what I knitted. This is the one I'm going to talk to the ladies about today. This is my yarn koozie. I held basically 6 different fingering weight yarns all at the same time, 3 and 3. I have 3 dark strands and 3 light strands. Isn't this super cute? Let me show you the inside. That's technically the inside, which right now it could be inside or outside. I did weave in my little bits of ends, and you can't really see them. So I could go either way right now with this little yarn koozie. But what I'm suggesting to the people who are taking my brioche in the round class is that your first one, you're just going to use 2 worsted weight yarns, just like we've been doing for the last couple of weeks. Then once you've mastered that, then try using multiple strands at the same time. This is in preparation for the Hearthside cardigan. Super fun, y'all. I just don't think you can go wrong. And look at that. It's super duper cute. And you can see where I've been changing colors, right? There's some blue here that I faded into green. And one of the tricks I did on this was I started on my 6 balls. They were all different sizes. Each ball was a different size so that I would run out of them at different times. And I thought it worked really well for changing the colors. And anyways, I hope you join me and take this class from me. It's going to be a lot of fun. Anyways, that's up. Oh, I should tell you, the designer, this is called the Fiberista Yarn Cozy. Okay. And it was designed by Ariane Galizzi. And I have to thank her. This is a free pattern, just like brioche rings, I'm pretty sure, is a free pattern. And I want to thank both of those designers because they've created something that I've been able to teach classes on. So anyways, I really like that. Let's see, do I have anything else? Oh, I sure do. One more thing that's on the calendar. This is called the Dust Bunny cardigan. And I've already got, for sure, 1 person signed up. This is going to start, I think this also starts in May. I forgot to look at the calendar. But this was designed by Beta Jezik. And you know, I probably slaughtered her name. But anyways, this is also just a wonderful, wonderful pattern. You're going to use, depending on what yarn you choose, it doesn't take a whole lot of yarn compared to normal some cardigans. You're going to use a little bit of a bigger needle. She designed the pattern for fluffy yarn and boucle. I did knit mine out of boucle, and it's hard to work with boucle. I have to be honest. It is hard to work with boucle. So I'm suggesting to my knitters who join us for the Dust Bunny to use mohair or suri. You can even use, a fingering weight yarn. There's no reason why you have to use boucle on this pattern. No reason at all. If you have never knit a sweater before, this one's going to be a great one. You start at the back of the neck. You're going to be knitting down in the round. Then we're going to pick up and do the sleeves. And then at the very end, we're going to pick up all the way around the neck and do a very simple rolled stockinette collar. No buttons, nothing hard. Like I said, if you've not knitted a sweater before, this one would be great for you to learn all the simple basic techniques for a raglan. Hey, Marilyn, neck down in the round cardigan. I say in the round, it is not really in the round because it's split, so it's not in the round, but it is neck down seamless, which is super duper fun. I wish Marilyn would join. Actually, Marilyn, you need to sign up and do brioche with me again because you had so much fun before, and I'd love for you to pick it up again. But anyways, this is on the calendar also starting in May. I don't remember. Oh, so I assume that Rachel, I apologize because I'm solo this morning. I'm a little off. Hey, Deb, good morning. Yes, she is. Deb said that the designer for Dust Bunny is from Hedgehog, and that's correct. Hey, Jeannie. This is definitely Hedgehog. So you were correct. So I don't know if anyone already took Rachel's little booty class. I wish I had a picture of them. If you look in our newsletter or on our website, you'll see the little crochet booties that Rachel has. But anyways, these are the sole. This is what's going to go on the bottom of them. I think she's going to put it back on the calendar because now that the rest of the parts are in. So these are super, super neat in that it's a non-slip sole that you can put on the bottom of your little booty so that you don't slip when you're wearing them. Just really cute. It includes a crochet tutorial on how to crochet these little booties. But like I said, Rachel's teaching a class. Crochet booties, super, super fun. Those came in yesterday. And let's see, I have another minute. Let me have a sip of water. As you can tell, I'm losing my voice again. Have y'all seen these? You probably saw them in the shop. And for my people who are taking my sweater classes, I've highly suggested they start using them. This is a row counter. And it is from Twice Sheared Sheep. Can you see that? So when you look at it, you go, oh my gosh, what is this thing, right? What you do, and I have it on my project right here. And it's a row counter that you have. Oh, I wish I was over there right by it, but I'm not. I'm never that prepared. But anyways, you use your row counter like this. I'm going to try it. All the numbers, are going to be backwards. Get my yarn untwisted from Miranda. So you hang this row counter on your needle. Okay. This way, when you are going around your knitting, every time you come back to it, you're going to stick your needle. I'm just going to grab a generic needle over here. So see right now, I'm on round 5. Y'all probably cannot read that little tiny 5. I'm sorry. That little tiny 5 tells me that I have knitted 5 rounds in my brioche. And you can even count my pink knit stitches. There's 5 of them right there, right? So I am flipping this every other row. So I'm only flipping my row counter because brioche takes 2 rows. You knit 1 round with your knit stitches, then you knit your second round with the purl stitches. So what I'm doing here is I'm only flipping it when I'm doing my pink round. I don't even flip it when I come to the purl round, which is my yellow suri right there. But anyway, so I'm knitting around. And if I'm knitting and I'm getting ready to switch, pretend like this is the needle I'm using. You can see that little tiny 5 is on my needle. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stick my needle in this one which has the 6 attached to it. You'll see that? That little tiny 6 right there. And I'm going to put this up here on my needle. So then I know that I have knitted 6 rounds with my row counter. I know that a lot of y'all have used those little clickers that you keep on your right in front of you. Well, if you're like me, I forget to click the clicker. But this, it is hanging off of your project. It can't go anywhere. So like I said, you just, each time you move your needle to the next little ring to help you keep track of what row you're on. If you're knitting a project that has cables, or you're on you're using a chart, this thing is wonderful to help you keep track of that. So mine happens to be in the round, a circle one. See that? And the one I showed you is a straight one. We've got 2 different kinds. We even have one really cool one that has the even numbers on one side and the odds on the other, which I thought was interesting. I haven't used that one, but if you were doing something where you wanted to remember every 4th odd row to make an increase, then the one that's the double would make a lot of sense to do that. But anyways, super fun. If you've not used one of these, I probably own 4 of these because you basically leave it attached to your project until you're finished weaving in your ends. So anyways, I think at the moment that is everything that I have thought of to talk about. Again, thank you for supporting us for the Knit for Food in 2026. Like I said, we made nationwide, we made over $500,000. And I just love that. So anyways, I appreciate y'all for bearing with me today. I hope you come see me. Keep your fingers crossed for Brenda tonight because it's opening night at the play. And she doesn't have too much of a voice right now. So keep your fingers crossed she stays home and drinks lots of hot tea. And I guess that's it. Please come see us, Southern Twist Yarns. We'd love to see you. All right, everybody. Bye. Thanks for joining me. And we'll see if I can turn off all these buttons correctly. All right, let's see what happens. If I hit off on this button, I'm going to end that one. Bye, everybody. And now I'm going to end this one. See you soon.